Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often mirrors appear quick, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and man, I'm sorry about yesterday. Tried to come on, but I mean, we tried to change up about 3 weeks ago, a month ago. We tried to change up to where we could add phone calls. And my guys at Collaborative Logic, we worked and tried all kinds of different things, and it just never worked out. And so yesterday there was the reverb that you guys have been hearing, and it was just a mess. We couldn't. And my guy Nathan Taylor of YNB, we were trying to pre-show, trying to work it out, but we just couldn't do it. And it was just so frustrating for both of us that we finally was like, you know what, I'm not gonna have a show. So the guys at Collaborative Logic came in and cleaned everything up. So hopefully you guys can hear me fine. Everything is great. And so hopefully when Nathan, Drew, and Ben come on today, we'll be able to have a good discussion about sports and about what all happened. Because a lot of stuff happened yesterday. Of course, if you're a Thunder fan, which we all are presumably, well, most of us are Thunder fans. The new arena was approved yesterday, 71% to 29%. So congratulations to the Thunder, congratulations to Oklahoma City, and congratulations to the Thunder fans for going out and supporting the Thunder getting a new arena. 41,000 people said yes, 16,000 said no. I'm presumably those 16,000 are non-sports fans. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Excuse me. Or not Thunder fans at all. So that's kind of what I was thinking, or people who are fans for the Lakers or somebody else who wanted the Thunder to be out of here. I guess I don't know who these people are, but I would imagine presumably, that most of them are not sports fans. But anyway, the arena came. I mean, overwhelming support, 71%. It was driving me crazy. I went to Cat's Tavern yesterday afternoon to sit down and have a drink. After I got done with my doing training with my kids, so that I could see what was going on. And so anyway, I was excited about that. But why did the Thunder need a new arena? Well, I'll put down some keys or some reasons why you want to keep the Thunder here. Now, I talked to a guy last night, and he was thinking that if it did get approved, that they would stay here and they would spend half the time here and half the time in Tulsa. And I was like, well, why the hell would they do that? Why would they do 41 games there and 41 games here? I mean, that would be, and it would be called the Oklahoma Thunder. I just think they would just move. I think that the owners, especially the Gaylord family, who Clay Bennett is a part of, I would think they'd just move to Nashville. That would be my guess. And they take over ownership and they just go and move to Nashville. That's what I think, because the two guys that really spearheaded this, Aubrey McClendon, and who's gone, rest in peace Aubrey, and of course Clay, the two guys who really spearheaded this thing. Both of those guys are huge sports fans and wanted Oklahoma City to do what they need to do. The other guys, the other owners, I think they're just part of being ownership of a team. But they're not really sports guys as per se. So I wouldn't think I mean, to them, it's like, we made a bunch of money, we're going to make money. And, it just makes it look good for the city to have a team. So congratulations to the Thunder. Congratulations to you, all the fans, for going out and supporting them. Here are the reasons why I believe that the arena was necessary. We have the youngest team in the league. We're the number 2 seed in the West these are current things right now. We have the 25-year-old first team All-NBA. He's also a candidate for the MVP of the league. We have the 2023 Rookie of the Year runner-up, which was J-Dub last year, to Bankero. We have the 2024 Rookie of the Year co-favorite, Chet and Wembanyama, and they just bounce back and forth between one and the other, and Chet's numbers have gone down. This week he was averaging 17, 7, and I forget, 3, 2.5, whatever, 2.8, whatever assists a game. And he's averaged 13 this week. So he's had kind of a rough week, but the Thunder have won 4 out of their last 5. We have a huge test tomorrow on the road in playing against the Kings. So, but anyway, we're the youngest team in our league, like I says, deep core of young talent, and we have the most draft picks in the NBA. So that means that we can do a lot of things. Plus, the Thunder have agreed to stay in Oklahoma City till 2050, which is a long ass time from now. I don't think I'm going to still be alive. I mean, I would like to be, but that's what is that, 20 something years from now. So we'll see how that works out. But whatever. But anyway, I like that the fact that it was an overwhelming yes. It wasn't a 60-40, 59-41 type deal. It was 70-29. So 7 out of every 10 Thunder fans, or 7 out of every 10 voters. So basically 58,000 people voted. And of those, so, you looked at that, and I was really, really excited and happy that it passed. And I think a lot of people, one of my friends I was talking to last night, he goes, I almost didn't vote, but I thought, well, probably a lot of people are thinking the same thing. He said, so I went ahead and voted to make sure that we got it. So I'm glad that he decided to go out, because I think a lot of people decide the same thing. Oh, well, it's going to pass. I don't need to vote, or I'm too busy, whatever. And, a friend of mine also said, are you going to vote? I said, I vote almost every time, because, my dad was 46 before he could even have the right to vote. So, yeah, I vote because he did. So, anyway, that being said, congratulations to the Thunder. And remember, guys, go ahead and like us. Go to YouTube and hit search for the Unpopular Hour, Matt Clark. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification button if you would, please. And then also After the Storm, which is our OKC Thunder post-game analysis live stream. Go ahead and like that. And at the beginning, by the way, starting January 1st, we will be on podcast, probably on Apple and on Spotify. So just to let you know, FYI, we're going to change that into a podcast and do that. Then I've got another show that I'm looking at doing that I'm going to have some guests on and talk about sports and talk about, a bunch of stuff. So it's going to be more aimed at political type stuff. It's going to be aimed at, how's politics affecting sports. We're going to talk about a bunch of things that we don't talk about on air currently right now here on the show, but we're going to do a lot more of that stuff. So please go ahead, like, subscribe, hit notification on YouTube, The Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark, and then, of course, After the Storm dash OKC Thunder. So if you do those things for me, I would appreciate it to get us done. So, and then, of course, you can go to www.mcsportsnetwork.com and go ahead and you can look at any of the previous shows there if you don't know how to go to YouTube and do that. So those are your options. So any of those we'd appreciate you going to do. So that being said, we did not get a chance to talk about, which is one of the things we were going to do, is talk about the Thunder and the game the other night when we played the Jazz on Monday night. That's what we are going to do yesterday, is talk about that. But, we didn't get a chance to come on. The Jazz, I left the third quarter. The Thunder were killing them. I mean, I'm like, I don't really want to watch those, the 12 through 17 guys play. I don't have any desire to watch that. I just don't. And which is, a lot of people stay around and watch, but I just don't want to watch that. These are not guys I really want to see. I mean, I like to see Keontae Johnson. I would like to see him, but I don't want to see Sarr. I don't want to see Jang. I don't want to see Lindy Waters. I don't want to see those guys. I don't want to see those guys play. I just don't. Jang played quite a bit, and he did do good, but to me, he's still a developing player, and he's still down the road, if you ask me. I still don't like him playing meaningful minutes in games. I just don't. I really don't. But anyway, the Thunder took care of business, improving to 15-7. Jazz 7-16 in this game. The fourth quarter, put it like this: the Thunder got outscored by 22 points. So that's why I didn't want to watch it, because I know those guys can't play, and it is what it is. 134-120. The Jazz were 12 for 38 from three, 47% from the field, 41 rebounds to our 39. They actually had more points in the paint than us, 62 to 58, 17 turnovers. Then we had our highest turnover rate in I don't know how long, 12 turnovers. I don't even remember the last time we actually had 12 turnovers in a game. Thunder 18 for 38, 52% from the field. And then, of course, the Jazz outscored us from the bench clearly because they outscored us by 22 in the fourth quarter. So that tells you the game. We gave up 40 points in the fourth quarter. So that tells you a little bit about how the game went. And like I said, I wasn't that big of a excited about the game anyway. And then here are the stats for the game. You can see we played 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 17 players. 17 players. Poku got dunked on unmercifully. It was just absolutely brutal watching him. But when you look at here are the stats. Chet had 16 on 25 minutes, 6 for 9 shooting, 8 rebounds. So nice productive day for him. I like that. 16 and 8. I'll take that all day long. J Dub 5 for 10, 2 for 2, 15 points. I'll take his stat line any day. And of course, SJ was back to being SJ, 28 minutes, 12 for 17, 6 for 6 from the free throw line. I still think he should get to the free throw line more. They're just not calling it for whatever reason. 10 rebounds, so he had 7 rebounds, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, and then of course 3 steals. Josh Giddey, 24 minutes, 5 for 11. Better game from him, 12 points. Still, I mean, he's slowly figuring out 2 for 3 from 3, which I love to see. And then, of course, Kaysen Wallace started instead of Lou Dort. And Kaysen in 25 minutes had 10 points, 4 for 8, 2 for 4. And, look good. Look good. I liked what I saw from Kaysen. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal. I just like that rookie. I mean, if you give one rookie a year to come along on your team, it's going to really make you all better. And that's what we did. We had J-Dub last year. The year before that, we really didn't do hardly anything. But the year before that, we did have Josh. So we've gotten better. You got Josh, then you had J-Dub, now you have Chet, and then Kaysen. So you have four basically 2-year guys that are really, really doing great. Well, 3 of them. You got SGA. Excuse me. You have J Dub, Chet, and Kaysen. So you got 3 guys who played no more than 2 years, and they're just rolling integral parts of what the Thunder are trying to do. Lindy Waters in 8 minutes, 1 for 4, 1 for 4, 3 points. Jay Will only 10 minutes. I don't understand why they're not playing him more. I really don't. There's something there that we don't see. I don't know why they don't play him and Chet together. I just don't know because we're 30th in giving up offensive rebounds, and you would think that you'd put because Chet is not that great of a rebounder. If you guys watched him, he's just too thin right now. He's probably probably 2 or 3 years away from actually being a decent defensive rebounder. He's just got to put on some weight. He's just got to get stronger because he gets pushed around, and it's all about positioning underneath the rim and then being able to jump up and get the ball. Pokushevsky, 9 minutes, 0 points, 0 for 2. He hasn't played in forever, so I'm gonna just say that was rust. Jang, 26 minutes, 6 for 7, 3 for 4. Jang played really, really well. Really, really well. Still can't defend, but, whatever. They hit him in there. But, playing against a good team, I do not want to see him at all. In this game against them, I'm cool with that. Against a good team, no, I don't want to see him on the court. Bertans, 1 for 2 in 9 minutes. Kendricks Williams, 7 minutes. He didn't really need to play to me. Terrence Mann played really well. I thought he looked pretty good. 2 for 6, 0 for 1, 4 points. Isaiah Joe, 15 minutes, 3 for 8, 3 for 7. Sorry, I was trying to sneeze right there. I apologize. Aaron Wiggins only played 4 minutes, which we really didn't need him at all. And then, of course, Michik, 16 minutes, 1 for 5, 0 for 3. I really like him. I wish we could rotate him in more, but we don't. So like him. And like I said all along, he is a fantastic builder of talent, 100%. But as far as doing the little things, and it just drives me crazy because, when watching Coach Boynton, it's OSU, drives us crazy too. My guy Randy right now drives us crazy because of the lineups and the things that he does. It's like, I'm confused. But I love Coach B. I'm not that big of a fan of Dagnall because I sit there and I watch his games over and over and over, and I've been watching him for a year and a half or 2 years now, 2.5 years. And it's just frustrating to me because he's still doing the same thing. He's a minutes manager. That's what my guy Nimoy Jones calls him, minutes manager. He manages minutes. And that's great if you're in the G League or if you're trying to get everybody better. We're already good. And so we're winning in spite of him, not because of. And I get pushed back by people all the time. And I said, just watch the damn game. Quit sitting there and just listening to whatever and being a fan, and be more than that. Be a knowledgeable fan. Be a fan who understands what's happening on the court. It makes you that much more of a fan, not less of a fan, because you understand and see what's going on. So it allows you to become more of a fan. It allows you to, because to me, I'm a huge basketball fan. And it's because I see things different. When I go to games, I don't like being down on the floor because I can't really see the game. And, like a lot of these guys, Stephen, I'm down on the floor. You're just trying to be seen. And that's all it is. You ain't trying to really watch the game because you can't really see it. I mean, you can. It's right there, but you don't really get to actually analyze and see the game because you're too close. And I already know what the hell they look like. They're big, physical, athletic guys. That's what they are. So I don't need to really see that. I can see it by when I'm just sitting there watching the game. And it's just frustrating to me because of what we do, what we have to do, what the opportunity is. But hurdle number 1, yes on the voting. Hurdle number 2, continue to win and be relevant in the NBA. Hurdle number 3, get to the conference finals again, if not the NBA championship again. Okay? Those, to me, are the goals. Now, how do you get there? You have more draft picks than anybody else, which gives you all kind of leverage to trade for somebody or whatever. Like Pascal Siakam is coming. The Kings want him. Everybody wants him except the Thunder, because the Thunder don't have a coach that knows how to coach a superstar. They only know how to have a coach who can develop talent. So that's where the Thunder are stuck where the hell we are, because while you can't, if you have a coach who doesn't know how to coach all-stars, why the hell are you going to trade for one? It makes no sense. You just go ahead, just keep building younger players, and that's fine. And like I said, if you can develop one rookie a year to go along with whatever you already have, that works. You already have an All-NBA player in SGA, MVP candidate. You have 2 possible rookies of the year candidates in Chet and J-Dub. That's what you have. Then you got Kaysen coming along fantastically this year. And so you've got a young group that you're developing, 100%. But the problem is now we're developed. We're ready to go. Kaysen, you can tell right now, he's already ready. This guy's ready to go. He's having a fantastic rookie year based on what our scheme is. Chet is having a great second year, first year actual full playing because of the scheme and what we're doing. Because he's a piece. He's not the piece. The piece is SGA. Your coach doesn't fight for him when he gets hammered. He hasn't got one tech for him getting killed, and they're not getting calls. And then they're getting the other teams getting calls on the other end. Saw Steve Kerr come out on the court trying to get a call for Steph Curry. Our coach ain't never did that. Because, once again, he doesn't understand. He has zero to do with SGA. And if I have one more, I don't even watch him in press conference because it's so disheartening to listen to a guy when your best player just had whatever and they ask him about it. And he goes, oh, well, J-Dub and Chet. Well, dude, we understand we have a team. But nobody in the national media mentions anything but SGA when they say Oklahoma City. And everybody in that locker room, except probably J-Dub, because you as a coach has built him up to think he's better than him because you run plays for him when he's on the court. And those are subtle things that I see Those are things that us as ball players who understand the games, we all see it. The regular fan does not see it, so you can get away with it. But if you're on TNT instead of Bally's, because Michael Cage ain't gonna say nothing, our Thunder people aren't gonna say anything about what you're doing. But when you get on national TV and you pull that crap, they're going to light you up. If we played more games on ESPN and more games on TNT, this guy would be lit up on the things that he does. The things that I'm saying you would be hearing from these guys, and probably even worse. Because I'm still a fan. And so I'm being gentle. Those guys won't be gentle. They will call this dude out. And everybody talks about who he's the coach of the year last year. Runner up. Because nobody saw us play. Nobody saw the Thunder. All they know is the Thunder was supposed to win, 17 games and won 40. Which, once again, I'm the only person to predict them to win 40 games. None of y'all did. And then now I'm giving you takes about what's happening, and you're like, oh, you're off the rails, and da-da-da. I said the same thing they told me last year when I said we're going to win 40 games. Oh, you're off the rails. You're talking crazy. I see the game differently than you do. My job is to help you understand what's happening. And all I ask from you is just pay attention to what I'm saying and see if I'm right. Watch what he's doing. Pay attention to who he has in the games. Pay attention to the flow of the game and what happens in it when he has certain people in there. Pay attention to the reason why we're where we are in the fourth quarter and losing games in the fourth quarter and losing games in the second quarter because of who he starts in the second and fourth quarters. How long he keeps them in the game. How long he keeps SGA on the bench. In the second and fourth quarter, he keeps SGA on the bench till about 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. And then sometimes 5 or 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, depending on what's going on. So you got to figure he plays 12 minutes to 12 minutes the whole first and third quarter. So that's 24 minutes. He plays 5 minutes in the second quarter. Okay? So that's 29 minutes right there. Then you play for 6 minutes, 6 minutes in the fourth quarter. He should be playing 38 to 40 minutes every game minimum. But the problem is, you put in with 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, you'll stick in Lou Dort. You'll stick in Isaiah Joe. You stick in Josh Giddey and leave him on the bench. What the hell world do you live in? What NBA coach that you know of any successful team that has a chance to win it is going to keep their best player on the bench and put somebody else in there at the 7-minute mark instead of him? The Oklahoma City Thunder. Dagnall. He is the one. I can promise Mike Malone is not going to sit, oh, go ahead and sit to a 5-minute mark. I'm not going to put you in the game. The Missoula in Boston. Hey, Jason, y'all sit on the bench to the 5-minute mark. I'll put you in. I'm going to stick in somebody else, a bench warmer, before I put you in. They're not doing that. Why? Because they want to win. They understand the game. They're not minute managers. They're not guys who are out there trying to build up a team. They're guys who are out there trying to win games. We want to win, coach. Play your best player. Thunder, promote your best player. Why don't you promote SGA as MVP along with Chet as Rookie of the Year? Why don't you promote that? You don't think the national media would jump on that and go look and say, whoa, how many times has that happened? Who's had a chance to get the MVP and the Rookie of the Year off on the same team? That's a huge selling point. That's a huge marketing tool that you don't use because you're too busy promoting J-Dub. As this one article said, when talking about the Rookies of the Year, talking about Chet and Victor Wembanyama, and Wembanyama's not even being looked for on his team. They're garbage. A bunch of garbage players out there trying to get their numbers up so they can get paid instead of running through Victor Wembanyama. And for whatever reason, Popovich is not running through them. For whatever reason, he's doing it. And I'm calling him out. I don't get that either. But I can promise you, in this article, I said, no, I don't promise you. But anyway, in this article, it said, Chet is great on Instagram, though. Why? Because the Thunder's promoting him on Instagram. Every 5 minutes, they're promoting him. Here's Chet walking to the gill. Here's Chet. First thing, Thunder open up the Thunder thing, Oklahoma City Thunder. There's Chet. There's J-Dub. Then here comes SGA. Then here comes him, SGA again. And in the NBA, in national news, it's SGA. They don't mention Chet. Or if they do, it's SGA, Chet, J-Dub. And the Thunder don't do that. It's extremely frustrating. Okay, I'm off my rant now. I'm off my rant. Yeah, I'm off my rant. But I'm happy that we got the new arena done. So I'm happy about that. So let's take this opportunity to go ahead and thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. Appreciate those guys for getting me up and running. It sounds better today. I don't have my guys. My guys hadn't came on today. I don't know why they haven't clicked on. Probably all busy, so didn't get a chance to get on. But want to thank Collaborative Logic for getting us back to normal. SRB, if you have any needs for any engineering, surveying, or planning, holler at my guy Mark Long over at SRB. Oak Grove Trucking. Appreciate our guy Jose Fierro. Got to see my boy the other night at the boot. Greg and Max Nafee at NAFCO. Appreciate them supporting me like they always do. And, of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC. Proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area, which, of course, we were supposed to be, yesterday was supposed to be at George's Happy Hog on Tuesday. And I was there, but didn't get a chance to really get any of my stuff because we didn't get a chance to come on. But anyway, you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into any of their locations, the Main Bank 401 Elm, the YNB East, which is off the Parkway in 66th, YNB Mustang, which is off Mustang Road, 218 North Mustang Road, YNB Parkway off Garth Brooks, just south of I-40, just right there. You can't miss it. As soon as you exit off the east exit, it's right there to your right. Can't miss it. YNB People, 6201 Northwest 23rd, between Rockwell and MacArthur. And, of course, DT Construction and Consulting. If you got needs for roofing or construction needs at all, whether it's remodeling, or they can come out and give you a bid or an estimate on if you want to remodel your house, or if you're looking to flip a house, they can come help you do that. So contact our guy Drew Hinthorn at 405-209-4051, or you can email him at dtconstruction2015 at Outlook. They're respectful, local, and loyal, which means they do answer the phone after they finish their job if something's wrong, and they will come out and fix it. Shelter Insurance, the Mark Pemberton Agency, located at 4609 Southeast 29th, Del City, America, 405-670-2424 if you want to call them. And they are open Monday through Thursdays from 9 to 5, Fridays 9 to 1, closed on the weekend, proudly serving the Middale area since 1982. Yes, indeed. Love my guy Mark over there. And I see finally, you too late, man. You too late.
Hey,
already
here's the
did
thing,
it.
though, Matt. I'm going to stop doing that, and we just do the sponsors up front so I can come on and not have to worry about that. Because I'm going to make a rule I can't get on until after that's over.
Well, what we're gonna do is I'm breaking them down to where sponsors will sponsor. We'll do different segments, and it's not going to be that way. So the sponsor will be, hey, we brought to you by YNB, blah blah blah. And they'll sponsor a segment. Then What's Called will sponsor a segment. So we're going to do it like that instead of just all at one time. We're going to break it down like that.
Well, I just feel like I'm never going to get that right, so I'm just going to let you do it.
Oh, I did it today.
I can't do it right.
I did it perfectly today.
Well, I don't think so, but that's okay.
I did it perfectly today. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912, the bank that makes things happen. I do it perfectly.
I don't hear any difference. I don't hear a difference.
Okay. Well, everybody else does. Everybody else does.
You're right.
Everybody else does. Dude, because it's Nathan. It's bad, bro. It's bad. I mean, it's not. You're doing your best. That's all that matters. But anyway,
I just give up. I'm just going to give up.
It's okay. It's okay. We got you. How about the 29% vote last night?
I thought it was great, man. I mean, here's the thing I was a little surprised. I'm not shouldn't have been because I know that most mayor elections and stuff like that are only about 70,000 voters, but or 50 to 70,000. I'm just surprised there wasn't more voters, man. To be honest with you.
Well, like I said,
total numbers.
It was 58,000 voters, and I was talking to several people last night. One specifically was like, man, I wasn't going to go vote last night. And he go, no, I better go vote because I know a lot of people probably think the same way. I'm going, it's going to pass. I don't need to vote. And then the people who are against it are definitely going to vote. So he said, I went ahead and voted. And I think a lot of people felt the same way. They're like, it's going to pass. I'm not going to take time out of my day or whatever to go vote. I think that's what it was. But still, 58,000 is quite a few.
Yeah, it's just funny to me. I don't know. I'd like to know the answer to this, and I'm sure I can look it up. But I'd like to know how many registered voters Oklahoma City has in Potawatomi County, which I think is probably more than a few. Did you see how many votes came out of Potawatomi County on this?
No, I did not look. I did not break it down. I'm not a stats guy like you like that.
Just guess how many votes came out. Total votes came out of Potawatomi County.
50.
2.
Huh?
2.
2?
1, 2. 2 votes. 2 votes.
I'm telling you.
And they were both no. They were both no.
Yeah. Well, that's because it's Potawatomi County.
Yeah.
Those people don't go to the game. I said the people.
I just thought it was funny, man.
Yeah, those people who voted no were people who, one, don't go to games, two, aren't sports fans, and three, I believe their allegiance with some other team somewhere else.
Sure.
That's what I think. Because why else? I mean, like one guy, like I said, I talked to about the 1%. It's not 1%; it's 1 penny. And we're not raising tax; we're just continuing to pay what we're paying. So, in essence, yes, we are raising about 1 penny because we're continuing to pay something that we would be done paying. Agreed. But we're going to do it anyway because MAPS is not done yet.
No.
So, I don't understand the issue. Ace is clearly the mailman is. He's going to scare the hell out of him because he's going to stick his face through the pane that broke out. He's going to scare the hell out of this dude. He broke the pane out of. I've got those, multi-pane windows, and he stuck his head through the window and knocked the pane out. So my nephew's coming to fix it. Yeah, so when that guy walks by, he's literally walking right by him, so Ace can stick his head through that pane in that window.
Isn't that dog like 100 pounds?
Yeah, he's 105 pounds. Weighs 100 pounds.
Oh my God,
dude.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's smaller than that's more.
He scares the hell out of people. Trust me, he does. He scares the hell out of people, and it's funny to me because he's a big baby. And like
have you seen Cat's dogs? Those big old humongous dogs she's got. Have you ever seen those dogs?
Yes, her mastiffs.
Yes, those things are huge. They're like they're horses, man.
Yeah, they're huge. Yeah, big old babies.
Yeah.
Big old baby. They're lap dogs. Mine thinks he's a lap dog. I'm on the couch, and he lays on me like, bro, there's a whole end of the couch right there. Whole end of the couch right there.
Right.
Whole end. Why are you laying? Get your big butt off me. Sit on the other end. Sit on the other end. But no, you got to lay right on you between your legs. And I'm like, get off me. And then you're slobbering all over me. I'm like, dude, bro.
Yeah, and then he looks at you like, why'd you make me come back?
And then tries to lick your face. Anyways, proud of Thunder. But I was saying something, you and I were talking about yesterday, why the Thunder are not promoting SGA as MVP and Chet as Rookie of the Year. I don't understand why they're not doing it. Why every time I look at the Thunder Instagram, and this one guy that was promoted on ESPN was talking about the Rookie of the Year race. And Chet was number one. Now he's number two, and Wembanyama's number one because of Wembanyama's just, he's had double-doubles. It's just been, 20 and 20. It's insane. Okay? 2020 is insane.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
He's good, man. But and you've admitted, and we've talked about it, but I tell you what, man, Chet is a whole lot better than I thought he was going to play.
This 100%. But now this week it was talking about how Chet dropped down to normal numbers like 13.7 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocks. He had 3 blocks. So he's dropped in the race a little bit this week because he had wasn't in his threes, so he was dropped down, but he's still averaging 17. So
well, that's that can be attributed to J-Dub picking up his game a little bit, I think.
Yeah, this week
the secondary scorings. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. J-Dub's doing. He's doing good. I just think this coach is just crazy. But anyway, I had talked about SGA's numbers because I'm gonna start promoting SGA every week. I'm gonna promote SGA because the Thunder won't. Sure. I'm going to do it.
Right there with you.
If they're not gonna promote our MVP, I'm gonna promote him. Okay, because this is ridiculous. They're not promoting him. I don't get it. Why are your social media stuff about J-Dub and Chet? They're always the very first person every time. Don't understand.
Well, he's got national deals too, man. With I don't know. I see him on commercials all the time, but I don't know why why aren't some of the local guys doing something? You know, like, I don't know, throw him up on some billboards or something.
Well, because the Thunder are promoting J-Dub and Chet.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Remember, the Thunder are about promoting guys they drafted.
Which is not smart. I'm just saying.
It
doesn't matter who
it just shows
who drafted
it's Presti going look at who I've drafted. And I'm gonna give him credit. He's drafted some really good players, but he's missed a lot too. He's missed a whole lot.
Sure.
But
I mean, you talked about it, dude. We can go down the list.
You can go down the list. When you go down the list of the guys that we drafted that we missed on, it's crazy.
Well, and yeah, let's be honest too about it. He's drafted some great guys, but the most prominent one probably that was a dub pick. I mean, anybody would have picked that guy.
Yeah, no choice.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah, that was yeah.
I mean, so he didn't draft that guy. He just fell in his lap.
Right.
You know, I mean, what? So,
right.
I mean,
100%.
yeah, Westbrook, that was a good pick. Harden, that was a good pick. Although I'd rather have Steph. But they weren't
Steven Adams, Ibaka.
Here's my thing with Presti. Pick 12 and up. He is pretty good at. I mean, he's almost flawless. Pick 12 and down, which is, I mean, it's a crapshoot anyway, but I don't think he drafts. He doesn't draft well from 12 down.
That's our scouting.
I mean,
that's your scouting.
Yeah, because me and you were talking yesterday, man. The two guys we traded for Poku. I mean, sure it'd be nice to have those two guys. Right now.
Either one of those. So it's just kind of crazy to me. How about Ohtani?
Oh my God!
Deferring $680 million. He's only gonna make $2 million a year. He's deferring He's deferring $680 million of it.
How much is it going to be, like a Bobby Bonilla contract or what?
Yeah, basically. Because what he basically did is, because he's in California right now, at $70 million a year, he would only bring home 34. The state of California would get 36 million of the 70 would go to the state of California.
That's stupid.
36 of the 70 would go to California.
Yeah,
that is insane to me.
Yeah, that is nuts. Well, it's like Jokic's thing. Did you see Jokic's breakdown? And it's not as much as that, but I mean, it's like, what is he making, like 55 or something like that?
Yeah.
And it was like, he only got like 34 of it, or 33 of it. I mean, it was something crazy.
Yeah, and it's crazy the taxes and what they do, and we get that, but a lot of times they don't pay that much anymore. You get a good tax account, you ain't paying that. Okay, you ain't paying that. You ain't paying $36 million. You're not paying it. That's what you're supposed to pay. But by the time they, deduct this and deduct that, deduct this, deduct that, yeah, he ain't paying that. He's not.
No,
he's not. He's gonna get deductions, but still, this is a nice chunk. But it's just the fact that he deferred it because now that allows the Dodgers to get pitchers, to get whatever help he needs, because he's only gonna be hitting now and not pitching as well. So. That's going to make a huge difference. But, yeah, he deferred it way back. So, because remember, it's where you live when you start making your money in the tax at that particular point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if he moves to Texas.
He moves to Texas or Florida.
Florida
or Nevada. I believe that's the other one. That have great tax plans. But Texas, no personal income tax, dude. That's why a lot of athletes live in Sugar Land or live in Texas because of the breaks. Now you do your property taxes; they do make their money up on you. The property tax. Now don't get it twisted. They get their money.
Yeah, no.
They're gonna get their tax dollars. Okay, don't get it twisted. They're gonna get their money. But yeah, I saw that. That's just insane to me, dude. That is just absolutely insane for that. Then also, I was sitting there thinking, we didn't get a chance to talk about Bill Belichick. Do you think he's in or out?
I didn't see these comments. I saw something come across my.
Well, the question is whether he's going to be the coach next year. Because
should he be or is he going to be?
I think he still will be because they just gave him an extension. But I think that I think he would ruin another quarterback.
He needs to retire, man. He needs to retire.
He's not gonna because he's chasing that record. No. He's not gonna. He's too close.
Well, he's chasing. He thinks he's God, man. I mean, he's just like Nick Saban. He's got a God complex.
Yeah. Well, the thing is this: did you see his record before and after Tom Brady? He's had 8
No,
winning
I
seasons.
didn't.
He's had 11 years or something without Brady, and he's had 8 losing seasons.
Oh, that's horrible.
He's only had 3 winning
That's
seasons
horrible.
without Brady. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those. Was he the coach? No, Bill Parcells was the coach when they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he was the coach at Cleveland. And then he was a coach at the Patriots for 1 year. And then Bledsoe was the coach. Bledsoe was the quarterback. He got hurt, and Brady came in, and then Bledsoe got traded because he never saw the field after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so funny is Cam Newton was sitting there on his podcast talking about Brock Purdy is a manager, and Dak Prescott's a game manager, and Jared Goff's a game manager. And, they're not real guys, whatever. And I'm just like, well, first of all, Cam, you got sour grapes because you're 34 and you're not playing. This is just me.
Right.
I think he's sour grapes because he ain't playing. Okay? There's still guys that are 33, 34. They went and got Joe Flacco. He's on his couch with his feet up or in his lazy boy, or watching somebody mow his lawn. And they called him up, and now he's starting and playing. And you not. And he's 30, 8?
Well, I mean, and Cam went down fast, man.
Well, the problem with Cam is
he was cool.
Cam never was the same after the Denver Broncos game, not the Super Bowl, but the game after that, when the Broncos played them, and the Broncos they beat him unmercifully, and the referees didn't call not one roughing the passer or hitting him not one. He got hit hard, but Cam always thought himself as a football player, now as a quarterback. He's 6'6", whatever. So, but I just laugh. I'm like, dude, the problem with you, Cam, is your arrogance, you still are clearly, got him in trouble. Nobody wants to have their quarterback with a scarf on in front of the media.
Yeah.
And you think you're fashion forward, whatever. And since Marquez Valdes-Scantling got on the Chiefs thing with that scarf, you ain't seen him back on the podium again.
No.
They don't want to see some dude in a scarf. And no matter how you think that's fashionable, they don't want to see that. You're representing the city, the team. They don't want to see that. And I'm not trying to be racist here, but you got a bunch of older white billionaires, conservative as hell. I don't think any billionaire guys of those guys are not conservative. Do you? I think they're extremely conservative views about life.
Ursay's probably the only one.
You're right.
He's an idiot, man.
You're right. He's probably the only one that's liberal. The rest of them are not.
Well, I mean, let's be honest though. Didn't he inherit all that though?
Yeah, from his dad. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's not him.
And his daughter's going to inherit from that. But he looks bad, dude. That his lifestyle caught up to him. He looks terrible.
Well, him and Snyder, dude. Snyder is he's I don't even know what the word is, man. Stain on society, maybe.
To my Dan Snyder? Term.
Yes. That guy, I mean, you put him in Donald Sterling's category, if you ask me. I mean, that guy is just a racist.
He wasn't. I don't know if he's that bad.
Dude, he's a racist, sexist piece of crap. I'm sorry, man.
Jack Kent Cook, the original owner of the Redskins, he was a racist. Mm-hmm. Okay? He was a racist.
Well, but you hear some of the stories coming out of them about how they treated their female employees.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't do that.
Yeah, how their cheerleaders or whatever had to go on deals with their biggest donors. Yeah. Dates. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that ain't right, man.
No.
That ain't right.
But there's a reason why he got his $6 billion and he's no longer there. So, he's gone. And it's so funny is they were sitting there talking about how, the Redskin fans still wear Redskin gear. They don't wear Commanders gear. They don't wear the Washington football team gear. They wear Redskins gear. And because to them, they're the Redskins. And now, granted, it was a derogatory deal back in the day. And I think that if the new owners that they have now, Magic and Josh Harris, if they were the owners of the team, they'd probably still be the Redskins. You know what I'm saying? Because I think they would have reached community and, the tribes and, what can we do and how do we help y'all? Because Magic is big and stuff like that. And I think Josh Harris is too. So I think that they would have probably still, like the Chiefs. Because somebody goes, the Chiefs going to lose their name. No, they're not. Chiefs not losing their name. They're the Chiefs.
Well, to me, the chief is not as derogatory to me.
As
that's
Redskins,
just
100%.
I could be completely wrong.
Well,
I don't know. I'm not Native American.
I agree.
I don't know.
No, I agree. It could be.
But
because Redskins was a derogatory term attributed to their skin tone.
Yeah, you want to hear something crazy, man? Okay, so when I was a kid, man, I loved Davy Crockett, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I watched that Disney movie, about Davy Crockett.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the show, Davy Crockett.
No, there's a movie at Disney.
I know there is. There was also a TV show. I know back in the day.
I didn't see the TV show.
I know it was back in the day.
I have to watch that.
It's back in the day.
But I was watching that movie the other night, and man, I'll tell you what, holy moly. That is about, and it's funny too, because at the beginning of the movie now it says, these are not the views of, and they don't, they're just at the time or something like that. But some of the terminology, this is a Disney movie, man. Some of the terminology, I'm like, man, you couldn't say that today.
You can't say the stuff he said. No. Well, I mean, is that the one where Richard Widmark, where he's in the Alamo? Is that the one? Because John. I think John Wade even played Davy Crockett in the Alamo movie.
Yeah. Now this is not really a well-known one.
Hey, by the way, ask the commander, did he prefer the Rifleman or Davy Crockett TV shows?
I'll have to ask him.
He still
I'm gonna get in trouble for?
No, because he still watches the Rifleman.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Did I just throw him under the bus? I think I did, didn't I?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I threw him under the bus on that.
And I don't want to go in there and ask him something he's gonna punch me in the face.
I wouldn't do that to you, Nate. Man. Would I do that to you, man? I wouldn't do that to you.
You wouldn't, but Randy wouldn't either. He just.
No, he might. He might.
I might go downstairs and clean the bathrooms that day.
Yeah. Yes, in NBA scores yesterday, the Mavericks took care of the Lakers, 127-125 in Dallas. The Bulls lost to the Nuggets, which of course the Nuggets. How about Jokic getting thrown out on National Serbia Day in Chicago?
Oh, that's hilarious.
And he got thrown out the game. Yeah, the NBA purposely scheduled that game so Jokic could be there in Chicago, and he gets thrown out for calling the ref from MF, blah blah blah. Yeah, referee threw him out. Yeah, I thought that was funny. Clippers, of course, beat the Kings 119, 1-99. I watch a lot of that. Woo, they spanked them. They looked really good, but 5 in a row.
You think the league's starting to catch up to the Kings a little bit?
Yes. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, because they play that style. They don't play a lot of defense, and we've seen when you have a great offense and you don't play very good defense. Yeah, you're great for a time, but people start catching up to you.
Mike Brown was the architect of the Golden State Warriors defense. He was their defensive guy.
Right. Well, I thought Ron Adams wasn't Ron Adams.
No, it was Mike Brown. Mike Brown was the defensive guy.
Right.
Yeah, he was the defensive guy. Because that's why we were laughing, because when he left, everybody thought, oh, they're going to bring some defense. And they were playing defense when he first got there at the Kings. But they don't still have the same lineup and the players that they had when he first got there compared to now. They're way more offensively minded than they are defensively minded. Cavaliers got beat by the Celtics. Celtics are now 11-0 at home, haven't lost, unlike the Thunder losing 4 of the 7 games we've lost. We lost them at home. And then, of course, the Suns beat the Warriors and Draymond Green.
Dude, I don't even know what to say about that guy. I mean, don't you think they got to suspend him for at least 10 games? At least 10 games?
Yeah. Well, I think he should have got suspended. I think he should have got suspended by more. The first time with more than 5 games, what he did to Rudy Gobert. Because he came out right after and he was even unapologetic and didn't care what they were saying. And do you know that he's paid over $3 million in fines?
That is stupid. He's just not smart, man.
He's an arrogant ass. He's a person who was irrelevant to now he became relevant. And then when Kevin Durant came, he became irrelevant. And what did they do? He got rid of Kevin Durant. Then when Jordan Poole started getting jamming, then he was irrelevant again. And they were talking about Jordan Poole, Clay, and Steph. And then he gets rid of Jordan Poole, and now it's the 3 of them again. And then they paid him.
Starting to see the decline.
Yeah, and they paid him a year, in advance. They usually don't pay until his contract was coming up next year. Well, they paid him this year. They never do that. They never do that.
He's gone next year.
No, they gave him an extension.
Oh.
Yeah, they never do that.
Right.
And they gave him an extension. So Clay is gone next year because I don't think they're going to pay him. Because he didn't even part. He didn't hardly play last night. But the thing is with Draymond is that they're 2-7 in games he gets suspended or kicked out. 2-5. I'm sorry. I don't. He's got his money. He doesn't care. He can do whatever and act in a fool and do whatever the hell he wants. You know, because
he's gonna be on TV. I promise you that he's gonna be on TV when he's done.
Well, no, he's not. That ship has sailed now. They don't even talk about it anymore. They don't talk about it anymore. Because now, well, let me finish. Because the reason why not is because he was popular. Okay, he was popular. That's why they wanted him on. But since the Sabonis, then the choking, and now this, those people who are interested in seeing him don't want to see him. They're real particular on image. And his image and what he did portray compared to how he's looked at now are not the same.
You don't think he's gonna,
the shine is gone. The shine is
gone.
No, because the shine is gone. Because remember, the average person are the people that you're going to attract.
That's true.
And you can see right now, like last night on TNT, they're trying to, Grant Hill and that group, they're trying to put a different group in to take the place of Barkley and Kenny and Shaq. They're trying a whole new group because that group they're aging out. So they're trying to get a whole nother group in there. But dude, you can't replicate that. You can't replicate the group that you had then. You can't do it. So TNT is going to go, when that Charles number gone, TNT's whatever that show is not going to be the same. It's just not.
Yeah, that's sad too, man. That's a great show.
Yeah, it is because of the Charles Barkley would tell you the truth. No matter if you get mad at him or not, whatever, he going to tell you the truth. Shaq, same way. Kenny, the same way. They're straight up, and Ernie does a great job of being the grand master of the circus. He keeps it on track, keeps it going. But those guys tell the truth, and that's what I was trying to say is if the Thunder played more on TNT, our coach would get lit up by those guys. Every time he ran a play for J-Dub instead of SGA at the end of a quarter, you draw up a play that you don't include him. You have him as a decoy. They would light this dude. They would light the dude on fire. But I don't think he would do it in those circumstances.
If they were on national TV,
I don't think he would do that. Okay, well, he does it because we're on ballers.
I'm not saying our show has any power at all, but I mean, you see how he balances criticism. Because I mean, there's more people saying it than us, but I mean, it seems like what you talked about the other day when we gripe about something or talk about something a lot, they change it.
Yep, they've been doing it for a year and a half.
I mean, if they were getting called out on TNT, you'd be dang sure they changed it.
Oh, yeah. I mean? Oh, yeah. The whole thing is that, like my guy Mark Long at SRB, he's the one that brought it to my attention. He goes, Matt, if you noticed that when you start saying stuff and you keep repeating it, in 3 or 4 games or a week later they change it, and I was like, no, not really. And he goes, pay attention. So I started paying attention, and exactly that's what you and I are talking about. Exactly right. I harp on something long enough, he changes it. Because now people are being made aware of it. They know if I'm saying it, then somebody else is listening, and all of a sudden people are starting to watch. No, we can't get away with that. Let's clean this up. But that's my job. Is like I tell people, all I'm saying is, all I want you to do is listen to what we're saying and pay attention. And being knowledgeable is not a bad thing. Like with you, how you said, I can't enjoy the game anymore because I see it differently. No, you enjoy it more because now you get frustrated more.
Oh, I do.
But you enjoy the game more because now you have a different insight. And you're like, oh, yeah, no.
Do you know what my 8-year-old told me the other day? What? This is my 8-year-old talking. It was the what game was it? It was on Saturday. What game was that? It was the one where they had the 30-0 run. Which game was that? Was that Dallas? That was Dallas, right? And
yes, I was sitting there. I was at the game and listening to the fans go crazy right around me.
Dude, I was yelling at the TV, and my daughter comes out and goes, "Dad, I don't think you need to be on that podcast anymore. She's like, because you yell 10 times more than you used to.
Sorry, bro. Tell her I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I don't know, man. It's good. It's good for me because there's knowledge. You know, I'm all about knowledge. So.
Yeah, me too. I'm all about getting smarter. I just think it's just a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's a part of it.
Like we say all the time, do your research. You know?
Do your research. Figure it out. Because to me, it's not a hard thing. It's really not.
No.
It's not hard. It's just not. And to me, like I tell people, I enjoy the game more than a lot of people. Do I get frustrated? Yes. Because I love the game so much. Don't try to pee on my head and tell me it's raining. No, that stuff is yellow. I see. Don't pee on, I'm watching. I see what's going on. I see what you're doing. It's like watching OSU basketball. It's the same thing. It's frustrating. But I love my coach.
Oh, dude.
I love my coach, though.
Imagine that.
I love my coach.
I like the guy, too. You just think, I don't know, man. Don't think of David Rumpert, though.
I hope not, but yeah, I don't. It can't
like
continue.
He's a great dude.
But 26 turnovers against Tulsa at the Ford Center. At the Paycom Sunday. 26 turnovers, dude. Against Tulsa.
In a college game, that's
against Tulsa.
Yeah.
Against Tulsa, you had 26 turnovers.
Can't have that.
They are very hard to watch. But on the flip side of that, they're very young. They're very young.
I thought, after last year, I was like, man, Porter Moser needs to go. But this year, he's kind of, I think he's kind of retooled the way he does things a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's got some he's got some players, too, that helps.
Well, last year, that's probably the least athletic team I've ever seen in my life at a college level. That was awful.
Yeah, and he got a lot of those guys out of the transfer portal, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did. But, he started to embrace it. Dude, when they hired him, I was disgusted. I was like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that kind of basketball. That's not the kind of basketball I want to watch. The Brad Stevens.
Yeah, see, I thought it was a good hire. See, I thought it was a good hire for OU.
I just don't like the brand of basketball that he played.
Yeah.
I just didn't like it.
But you like it now.
Honest,
but you like it now.
I do. Yeah, I do.
It's amazing what winning does, huh?
Well, let's be honest about it, dude. OU's never going to be a powerhouse in basketball.
No.
They never are. But, they'll have a few good years. I would say they're probably at the top of the middle tier of basketball programs, because they've had some good runs, and they've had some good players, and they've had some good coaches.
Mm-hmm.
But, they're not going to ever be at Duke. They're never going to be at North Carolina. They're never going to be at Kansas. They're never going to be at those teams.
Yeah.
So,
well, I saw a stat.
They're not going to keep top talent.
Well, I saw a stat last night. It was like, and I think this guy was telling me, now it didn't sound right, but it's like what the SEC brings in from basketball and football and what the Big 12 bring in are only like $5 million apart or something like that. And I was like, dude, I don't think that's right. But he has a newspaper. He owns a newspaper, and they did all the studies and did the stuff. And so I was like, it was like 68 to 72 or something like that. I'm talking about in revenue, TV revenue.
For the basketball, Big 12 basketball, it's a solid conference.
Yeah, Big 12 basketball is the number one conference in basketball without question.
Mm-hmm.
Without question. This is number one in football. Yeah.
Well,
not this year. Pac-12 was this year. And dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so tired of OU fans on their deals talking about, oh, we got Rob, we got this, Liberty's in. It's like, dude, it's the top 5 conference winners, and then the number 1 seed in the of the non-power 5. That's who goes to the bowl games. Why are you mad? Liberty is not as good as some people. I agree. But
here's another thing.
I don't understand. To me, I was like, I hate ignorance. Dude, it is. Why are you mad? We know that's how it works. You're just on the outside looking in. This year, had you made it to the championship game against Texas, then it'd have been different.
Here's another thing. When you go to a New Year's Six Bowl, would Dylan Gabriel stay? Probably not.
No,
right?
he's still leaving.
Not.
He's still leaving.
So what would that do?
Well, they just want. They're just mad about the Alamo Bowl. They tired of going to the Alamo Bowl. Tired of going to the Alamo Bowl.
Yeah, you don't think LSU's tired of going to the Alamo Bowl?
Yeah, we went several years in a row. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's okay, guys. It's 1 year.
It's just frustrating to me. It was like, well, if we were in the SEC, I told them, I said, these guys, it wouldn't have been no different if you're in the SEC. You're still going where you're going. You're gonna go to an Alamo style bowl of the SEC. You're not going to a top bowl because you didn't win the SEC.
Nope.
The winners going to the Final Four. The other guys going to the bowl to represent the SEC. So you wouldn't get neither one of those. And then the other ones are going to the other Power 5 winners. So you didn't win any of those. So you're going to end up with the same type of bowl, just in a different name. That's all you're going to do.
Man, you better be glad they expanded that playoff to 12 because OU fans, you're not winning the SEC maybe once every 10 years.
Now you lost your number one tackle.
Yeah,
Your all-American tackle left, which I'm like, how the hell do you leave an All-American? But, he was the only returning starter. And he's like, I'm out of here. I'm not doing that.
I'm surprised by that, though.
Or his backup is pretty good. You think about that? Or his backup is pretty good.
Danny Sessman decided to stay, which is a good thing.
Oh, he really did? You know why?
Yeah,
Got those feelers out there and realized he ain't playing. He ain't getting drafted where he thought he was going. That's what that is. You can say listen, all you gotta do is go, hey, I'm going to the draft, and then you put those feelers out there, and you find out quick. Yeah, you ain't going where you think you're going. You might as well stay and give it one more year. And if you do what you did next year, this year, then you can improve your draft status, and you're gonna be in the SEC.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing I don't understand about like what they were saying about Dylan Gabriel. Well, he should stay in college. He's going to make more money in college than if he'd been drafted in like the third or fourth round. Like, I don't think that's true.
That's true.
It's
true.
Well, what's the contract? The contract here in the third or fourth round is like $4 million, isn't it?
No.
You're not gonna make $4 million in.
Well, no. But you remember though, I think it's less than that. Per year, you talking about total? You talking about total?
No, the signing bonus is like $4 million.
I don't think it's $4 million for a third rounder, fourth or fifth round. I don't think it's that much money.
Hey,
you might look it up. You might look it up. You might look it up. But I don't think it's that much money. Those guys.
He landed in a great spot though, man. I think he's gonna do great in Oregon. I mean, I love Dylan Gabriel.
Well, that's where he was looking at going anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I think they already had pinned. To get him. And he's getting what, $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, whatever they're giving him, something ridiculous, getting that Nike money.
Yeah.
But he is going from Jordan to Nike.
Okay, so here's the first round to the third round. First pick of the third round. Yeah, you're right. It was $5.85 million, and they receive a $1.26 million signing bonus. So, what is their contract? 4 years or 3 years?
5.
3 years. 4 years.
5 years.
5 years.
Yes, 5. All in the NFL. The first round draft picks are 5 years. So I would assume they're all 4 years or 5 years, and then they get to decide. Because I know Clyde Edwards-Helaire, they didn't pick up his 5th year. The Chiefs are not. The Commanders did not pick up Chase Young's 5th year.
Let's see. It's a 4 year. All of them signed 4 year
4
contracts.
years, yes. Okay.
For third round. Yeah, so you're right. I mean, you made about $5 million for 3 or 4 years.
If he was the first one in the third draft, the money goes down from there.
Yeah.
That's if you're the first. That's if you're the first pick of the third round. If you're not, the money goes down from there.
Yeah, Brock Purdy's making $750,000.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
But my deal is this: Brock Purdy, without all of his weapons, dude, you saw what they You know, everybody goes, "Oh, well, the rookie, the guy missed the field goal." No, Brock Purdy had an interception dropped before he even got him down there. They dropped the interception. Then he got rolling to get him down, and he missed the field goal. But he had thrown a pick. So don't give me that nonsense. Brock Purdy, what he does is he's a system quarterback. He throws the ball on time where the receiver is supposed to be. That's what he does. And then Brandon Ayuk, the rest of the guys do it. And it's like, that dude, Jason McIntyre, I heard him like, dude, he wears me out. Like today, he was the head guy. You know, Colin wasn't there, so he led it. And he's trying to promote Brock, Purdy as the MVP. I'm like, he ain't even the best player on his own team. The MVP should be McCaffrey, not him.
Christian McCaffrey.
Are you high? And to me, Tyreek Hill, and he should be, if he gets his 2,000 yards. And by the way, somebody did that. No one has gotten 2,000 yards. Calvin got 1,964. Because somebody was like, Cooper Kupp got 2,100. No, he did not. Not passing yards. No one's done it. Calvin came closest to it in 1969. I think he was 30-something.
There is. I mean, it took me 2 seconds to look it up, man. Calvin Johnson, 2012, 1,964 yards.
Yep.
Cooper Kupp, 2021, 1,947 yards.
Yep. No one has reached the 2,000-yard mark. And remember, Calvin did it in one less game.
Well, yeah. How many games did they have in 95, just out of curiosity?
16, I think.
Was it 16? Okay, I say Jerry Rice did 1848 in 1985.
Well, he did. In 85, there was 14. I think.
95. I'm sorry, 95.
I think there was 16. I think it was 16 games then. Because I know Jim Brown is still, O.J. Simpson's still the only one to do 2,000 yards in 14 games, which is what's crazy. That's just crazy. That's crazy. 2,000 yards in 14 games. Now these guys in 16 games, they're not getting into their 16th game. Now with 17 games, they're getting, it's like, dude, 2,000 yards in 14 games is stupid. That's crazy. And like I tell you, this is how I always break down beating records and breaking records. When you beat a record, that means that you got more yards or more points or more whatever than the person that was in front of you. Okay, that's beating a record. When you break a record, that means you did it in less time than that person did to set it. Okay? That's the difference between beating, because everybody tells me, oh, they break records. I say, you people need to shut up. They beat the record. They did not break it. You didn't break the record. Like Walter Payton did not break, not Walter Payton, but Emmitt Smith did not break it. He beat it. Nobody has broke Jim Brown's record and what he said, 12,000 whatever in 9 years. They've beaten it, but nobody's broke his record. Nobody's had 12,000 yards or something in 9 years. Nobody's done that. So it is what it is when it comes to that. That's just too frustrating for me. So,
one of the things that drives me crazy? I think it was Monty Ball. Was it Monty Ball that supposedly broke Barry Sanders' record?
Yeah. Yes.
The yards per season.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy did that in like 10 games.
Yes.
2,600 yards and 37 touchdowns in 10 or 11 games.
Yes,
and that didn't even count the 200 and some odd yards and 5 touchdowns he had in the bowl game.
Yes.
I mean, that dude is forever will be the best running back I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, this is what I can tell people. He didn't play in the fourth quarter in like 6 games.
I know he averaged 200 and something yards a game.
He didn't play in like 6 games. He didn't play the fourth quarter. He didn't play the fourth quarter of the bowl game.
That dude
is unbelievable.
I was watching that Bye Bye Barry. Have you seen that Bye Bye Barry?
Yes, that was great. Great documentary with his boys in London.
Yes, that guy.
Even his boys were like, "Dad, what?" But you know what? The only other person to do that was Jim Brown. He and Barry are the two. To me, it's Jim Brown and Barry Sanders, the two greatest running backs in history. Jim Brown and him.
Yeah,
that's the way I look at it.
I think his dad goes, "Hey, you're not even top running back is Jim Brown. I'm second."
Yeah, which is full of shit. He's full of it. But that's how dads are, man. That's how dads are. But it's Jim Brown and Barry. And they both walked away at the height of their games. Except Jim
Well, I think
Brown.
it's always funny.
Except Jim Brown was the
I'm not a,
MVP of the league and walked away. He had
I,
1,800 yards and walked away.
I'm not a big Pat Jones fan, but I always think it's funny how Pat Jones, you know, he talked about all the health that all the players go through nowadays.
Yeah.
And his famous line of, I saw somebody run for 2,600 yards and 37 touchdowns on ding-dongs and ho-hos. I think that's great, man. I love that line.
Because it's true. But it's just, LeBron spending $1 million a year on his body is the reason why he's 39 and still doing what he does.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And, with getting all the stuff, that he's the reason why. I don't eat this without my wife telling me, he's got a nutritionist. Okay, this is what you're going on the road in Oklahoma City. Here are the restaurants you're eating at. This is what you're eating. You're going on the road in San Antonio. Here are the restaurants you're eating at. This is what you get. Whatever. This is what you're eating. This is your diet, and he sticks to it.
Yeah.
And you have to.
Hand it to him.
Yep, hand it to him. What about tomorrow? What about our, the Thunder? We beat Golden State, of course. We've won 4 out of our last 5, 2 in a row. We have the Kings tomorrow night at 9:00.
We tough, man. At Kings, at Nuggets,
Grizzlies at home. And I think didn't Josh back for that game?
He might be. 25 games is his suspension, so yeah, he might be.
How many games have they played thus far?
Well, let's look at the record. Hold on a second. Grizzlies' record is 6-16, so that's 22 games. What's their schedule look like? 6-16 currently, and they've got 1, 2. That'll be the 25th game. So no, he'll come back one game after that.
Ooh, he'll come back one game after hours.
One game after hours. Yeah, we got lucky.
Oof.
Got lucky.
Who do they play that game? Is it at home?
Let me hold on a second. It is at the Pelicans.
Man, that's gonna be
him and Zion, number 1, number 2, 2020.
Yep.
Or 2020.
And both of them are knucklehead, and both of them are ridiculous.
Oh my God, dude!
Unbelievable.
Here's the thing, man. I get so mad at guys that have so much God-given talent, and they just piss it away, man. That drives me so crazy because I would give my left arm to be able to do what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's frustrating, dude. It's really frustrating. It truly is. It truly is. So, anyway, you got anything else you want to talk about, bro, before we go?
No, I think, let's go ahead and pick these next 6. You want to go ahead and pick these next 6 right quick?
Let me go. Let me get
All
to
right,
it.
so let's go next 7. So we're gonna go at Kings.
Okay,
I'm gonna say the Thunder win that one.
Okay, so they'll be 3-0. So this first 5, do you think they're gonna go 4-1 or 3-2 in these first 5 games?
I think they'll go 4-1 because they'll probably lose to the Nuggets.
Okay.
So, and then we'll go, we're home against Clippers.
Home against the Lakers. Home against the Wolves. Home against the Knicks. And home against the Nuggets.
Home against the Knicks.
Oh, God.
And then at the Nuggets. Yeah, I bet you that second 5 we go, man, I think at best 3-2, don't you?
Yeah, at best.
Maybe more likely 2-3.
Well, the Lakers are going to get back at us for doing what we did to them, so that's going to be a tough win.
But it's a home game. It's a
and LeBron, game, so. well, you know what? I'm going to give us a winner because I don't think LeBron's going to play.
LeBron won't play. I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to beat the Timberwolves. I'm going to go out on a limb there.
I believe we'll beat the Wolves, too. I believe we'll beat the Wolves, and I think we should beat the Clippers because they don't match up well with us. They don't match up well with us. The Knicks, we don't match up with them at all for whatever reason.
They're too big.
And then the Nuggets again.
Too big.
So
I'm thinking 3-2.
4-1. 4-1. 4-1 is the best, but that's an outside shot at 4-1. But 3-2.
Yeah, because the Nuggets got Jamal Murray back, so we never play well against them, man.
We're and on the other side of that, the Clippers still could be balling, and they could beat us. And then everybody plays for the Lakers, and they're playing well. We could lose that, and you could easily go 0-5 too, or 1-5.
Yeah, you could go 0-5. Yeah,
but I think it's more like 3-2. So this 10 games, I think we'll end up being 6-4.
8-2.
6-4.
Or what? So you're picking 4-1 and then 2-3.
Yes.
Okay, so we're 4-1 right now. Is that right? Or are we 5-0?
We're
4-1.
well. I think the Kings. It depends on who he plays. It depends on the coach. Depending on the coach,
right.
and depending on these next 2 games, depending on who he plays in his lineups, we're either going to be 6-4, 5-5, or 4-6, depending on what he does.
That's our toughest stretch. So
yes.
I'm good with that, man.
But the whole problem is we play better on the road than we do at home. And home stretch, you've got the Clippers, Lakers, T-Wolves, and Knicks. You got the T-Wolves and the Knicks on back-to-back nights, and then the Nuggets and Denver 2 days later.
Well, Lindy Waters probably seeing the floor a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It depends on who we play. If we're trying to win, he cannot play Jang and Waters. You can't. You got to stick with your 9-10 guys.
If SGA plays 40 minutes and we don't play the crap guys, I say crap guys, I don't mean crap guys. If we play the guys we're supposed to be playing and SGA plays 40 minutes,
if SGA plays 40 minutes over the next 8 games, we'll be no worse than 5-3. If he doesn't play Jang, if he doesn't play Waters, and he keeps his rotation right, and he plays SGA like he's supposed to, and he doesn't bring him in at 5 minutes in the fourth quarter, and he doesn't let the second and fourth quarters beat us. If he plays 40 minutes, which means bringing him in 7 minutes of the third quarter, or second quarter, and 7 minutes of the fourth quarter, so he'll go 12-12 is 24, 12-12 is 24.
I'd go more,
and then 14.
I want to see him play 1 more minute. I want to see him 7 in the second quarter, and I want to see him 8.
Okay, fine. But if he plays 40 minutes, we'll be no worse than 5-3. If he doesn't play Jang, and he doesn't play Waters, and he keeps with his rotation of the 9-10 guys, and SGA plays 40 minutes, 38 to 40 minutes, okay, we'll go 5-3 or 6-2.
Well, see, that's what I want. That's the next evolution I want to see.
If he does that. I don't think he will. I don't think he will, but if he does, we will.
In 50-50 games, he needs to play those 10 guys.
Yep.
In games like the Jazz and I don't know who else.
The problem is on this schedule, you don't have anybody you can play those dudes in this next 8 games.
Well, that's what I'm saying. In the next 8 games, but after that, you've got, Trailblazers.
Magic,
but
I know that.
Magic are playing good.
The Magic are killing.
God, they're playing good. They got a better record than we do.
Yeah, my power rankings are Celtics 1, T-Wolves 2, Sixers 3, Bucks 4, Thunder 5, Nuggets 6, Magic 7, Lakers 8, Pacers 9, Mavs 10. That's my top 10 power rankings.
6 or 5?
Fifth. I have Celtics, T-Wolves, Sixers, Bucks, and Thunder.
And
that's what
Nuggets right after that.
And then Nuggets 6, Magic 7, because the Nuggets are not playing well. Magic 7, Lakers 8, Pacers 9, Mavs 10.
That's probably about right.
Yep, and then because in NBA standings, you got the T-Wolves number 1 at 17-5. We're 2 at 15-7. The Mavs are 15-8. They've won 4 in a row. The Nuggets are 16-9. They've won 2 in a row. The Kings and Lakers both have lost 1, and then the Clippers are sitting there at 7th and 13th and 10 at 5. So right now going into this, right now going into this stretch, the Thunder are sitting number 2 going into this 8-game stretch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you know what, though?
And we could easily be 10th or 11th at the end of this 8-game stretch. But if the Thunder,
kind of surprised me a little bit.
Well, they projected the Thunder at their current pace, the Thunder would be 56-26.
Yeah, but listen to this. You take the Timberwolves out of it. Okay, home record for the top 10 teams in the Western Conference. Timberwolves are 10-1, so yeah, that's good. Okay, Thunder 8-4, Mavericks 7-4, Nuggets are 9-1. Of course, they have the mountain advantage. Kings 7-3. I say that actually we're not very good.
No, we're not very good at home. Not very good at home. We're not holding a home court advantage.
the road record. We have the best road record.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
we win on the road, but you can't win at home because of who he plays. He
Yeah.
plays Jang.
Yeah.
He plays all these other guys at home. He doesn't get it. I mean, we just laid out the deal. If you play when you look at our roster, let me put up the roster real quick so people can see what we're talking about. When you put up the roster, you've got SGA, Kaysen, Josh, Dort, and Joe. Those 5 guards. Then you've got J-Dub, Wiggins as your 7, your 6 and 7. Okay? Then you got Kendrick Williams if you want to throw him at 8. And then you got Chet and J-Dub, or J-Will. That's 10.
And Dort. Did you say Dort?
Yes.
Okay.
I went SGA, Kaysen, Josh, Dort, Joe. Yes, SGA, Kaysen, Josh, Dort, Joe, J-Dub, Aaron Wiggins, Kendrick Williams, K-Rich, Chet, and J-Will. That's 10.
Yep. And then if need be, service mode, you go with Bertans and Meeky.
If you need to.
If you need to.
Yes.
Yep. None of the other guys. And that's why I told my buddy, I'll shoot you a screenshot, man. I shot my buddy the other night. I said, okay, on 50-50 games, these 10 guys, that's it. That's who needs to touch the floor.
Yes.
And it maybe Bertans and Meetage. The other guys just need to sit on the bench and cheer.
Yep.
And then in the non-50-50 games, if you're winning pretty good, you got some momentum going. So those are the guys on the floor. See what they do. Because if they need to get run, that's when they need to get run.
Yes. But I don't know if you played. I don't know if. By the way, I don't know if you played. The what?
Did you see Keontae's game in the G League?
No.
Like 26. Oh man, he was balling.
Dude, I'm saying he's a beast, dude. He's the next guy. I think he's Dort's. I think he's Dort's replacement. That's who I think he is.
Yeah.
That's who I think he is.
And
maybe a year from now, maybe 2, for sure. Maybe next year he should be getting more playing time. Because I'd rather have. Because to me, he can do more than Kendrick Williams' hand. He can put the ball on the floor. He can shoot the 3 just like him, and he can defend. He can't defend the post like Kendrick can, but he can do what he does, and he can definitely do what Dort does if given enough time to play.
Yeah, we hope he turns into like an Aaron Wiggins.
A better version.
That's kind of what you hope for.
He's a better version.
Of Aaron Wiggins?
Yes, that's what I think. He's a better version.
I'm good with that.
He's a better version of Wiggins. He's a better version of Wiggins, Dort. And the deal with Dort defensively, he's so physical. That's what makes the difference. He's just so physical. He's horribly frustrating. But defensively, if he would just put him in his place and say, listen, I need you to stop the other guy from scoring. I don't want you worrying about trying to get points and all that. I don't need, because anytime the Dort will cut to the basket, he can't finish. He probably finishes 50% of the time, 40% of the time he probably finishes instead of 70. So
he's awful, man.
It just frustrates me to no end. So, all right, brother, let me get out of here. I got to get to the gym. One of our guys lost the keys to the court 4 goals. So now we have to cut them off, and I got to go buy new locks for the goals.
Hey, I want to go ahead and throw out one more thing for you, Matt. I want to thank the city of Yukon because I don't know if you know this or not, but my wife was a huge basketball person. Loved basketball.
No, I did not know that. No.
And she worked at the Jackie Cooper gym over there for forever.
Uh-huh.
And she did. She worked for the city of Yukon. She worked at the senior center, but she really worked at the gym for a long, long time, running the men's leagues and stuff like that over there. And she played high school basketball here in Yukon, and she just loved basketball, man. And I can attribute my Thunder love probably to her, to be honest with you.
Right. Well, you told us about that, yeah.
And look, last Friday night, the city announced that they're going to rename the court at the Jackie Cooper gym. They're going to name it her honor. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool, man. So. Anyway, I just want to
shout out.
Yukon,
yo, yeah, now that's awesome
that.
for the city of Yukon to do something. Never mind. I ain't gonna say that. I was being a joke about it. But anyway, that's an awesome thing for them to do. And then also, by the way, my basketball camp, everybody, is December 21st and 22nd, a week from tomorrow, grades 2nd through 8th. It's Thursday and Friday from 8 to 12, $155. We only take 20 kids, by the way. Only take 20. So next Thursday.
How many you got so far signed up?
14.
14? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but the problem is a lot of my kids, if I'd have had it the following week, a lot of them could have gone because a lot of them, they get out of school on the 15th. And
Yeah.
so they're going out of town. And then I have four kids. I would normally have about 28. I'm losing two to Costa Rica, two to Mexico. Then I'm losing the other four because they're still in school next week.
Okay. All
The
right.
public schools don't get
Well,
out until Friday. I said, take your kids out of class. That's what I said.
yeah. Don't catch me.
They're
Go
not
for
doing
it.
that. They're not doing that. They're not doing that. They're not going to take the kids out of class. I don't believe in all that. So, all right, brother. Peace out. Be good. It's my guy Nathan
All right,
Taylor
talk
of
to you later.
YNB. Appreciate it. Congratulations again, by the way, to the city of Yukon for honoring our boy Nathan's wife. That's an awesome honor. Seriously, in all seriousness, that's a pretty big honor, and very shout out to the city of Yukon for that. That was awesome. Seriously. Appreciate them. That being said, everybody have a fantastic day out there. Stay warm and don't let your dog put his head through one of your window panes, man. Don't let your dog do that.
100 pound dog.